Hi everybody, I'm High Priestess Autumn Venus. Today is November 26th. We are now in the new moon phase. New moon means new beginnings. It's a time to start new projects, especially now that Mercury has gone direct. It's time now to finish off projects that you may have put on the back burner because things are about to speed up now. Now, since the new moon and the full moon are times to do any type of witchcraft that you want, I know some witches might be working with tarot cards. Now, there are a variety of tarot cards out there. You can even use what is known as oracle cards. Let me very quickly tell you the difference between tarot cards and oracle cards. Tarot cards do not use flowery messages. Oracle cards will use flowery messages. They will make things seem sweet. They may give you a warning. Oracle cards do give you a warning, just like tarot cards, but it's a flowery warning. With tarot cards, they speak directly to you. They are very blunt. They don't care about your feelings. They're not going to soften the injury to your ego, to your pride. They are not going to beat around the bush. But what I found when it comes to witches and especially tarot cards, because it is very sad how not just witches, but people in general get so caught up in these cards. They forget that tarot cards are cards. They don't have any power besides the power you give them. Let me say this again. Tarot cards have no power except for the power you give them. Tarot cards, just like crystals and candles, are a magical tool. Tarot cards, just like crystals and candles, is an extension of yourself. Tarot cards, the messages that they give you, they're not set in stone. So any witch that tells you, yeah, you're going to die tomorrow, or yes, you're going to get money tomorrow, they're lying to you because it's not set in stone. Anything can change in 24 hours. Anything and everything can change. The witch or even the person working with tarot cards that receives the message, it is ultimately up to that same person how they're going to act upon a message that they were given. It's not set in stone. And those witches who con people out of money, saying, oh, it's set in stone, you can't change it. First of all, you're a lying piece of shit. Because what you're actually saying is that the person receiving the reading is not in control of their own life. What you're actually saying is that your life is predestined, and that's not true. Ultimately, you are responsible for what you do and what you don't do. It's entirely up to you how your life turns out. You can't blame anybody, especially as a witch. When you become a witch, you take personal responsibility for yourself. There is nobody out there in the universe to blame for your misfortunes except for you. That's why I tell new people to the crowd, be sure that this is what you want. You have to be fully ready to take personal responsibility for your own life and for your own actions. When it comes to tarot cards, they're just cards. They are just cards. They're not meant to be taken literally. They're not. Tarot cards only have the power that you give them. Sometimes the tarot cards turn out to be true, sometimes they don't. Tarot cards are used to give you an insight. Somebody needs to write this down. Tarot cards are used to give you an insight on a situation. It doesn't completely answer your question. Cards can't tell you if you for sure are going to get that job. You're responsible for getting that job. Tarot cards is not going to tell you if your man or woman is coming back. That's your responsibility. These are just cards. Just cards. They're meant to be taken with a grain of salt. They're not meant to be taken literally. And some people become obsessed with the cards. They no longer possess these cards. No, they no longer possess these cards. These cards possess them. These cards possess them. And they oftentimes live their life in fear. So let's say they get the death card. They constantly look over their shoulder seeing if the Grim Reaper is coming to snatch them up. The death card does not always mean somebody is physically going to die. Sometimes the death card means something in your life is forever coming to an end and there is no hope for resuscitation or resurrection. It can be a thing. It doesn't have to be a person. It can be a bad habit. It can be a bad job coming to an end, but yet you have a new job coming in to take its place. Don't let these cards rule your life. They offer insight. They offer insight. They do not tell you your entire future. Because if tarot cards did tell you your entire future, you would never ever live in the present. You would never ever strive to improve your potential future. So let's say, for example, the cards tell you you're going to get into a car crash. You would never drive again. But guess what? You still have to go to work. You still have to pay that car payment. What are you going to do? You can't let these cards take over your life. Your life is your own. These cards have no power except for what you give it. Your life is entirely your own. And you should never ever live in fear of cards. You should never ever live in fear that something bad is going to happen just because the clairvoyant said so. It's not set in stone. Things can change. You should never take the cards literal. Even if you are so talented to make your own tarot cards, you still shouldn't take those seriously. Because you are ultimately responsible for your own life.